Welcome everybody, and welcome to another video, another show, strategies, tactics, and boosts for FNA class. And today we are going to see Australia event Origin series, the opening and final tracks, the tracks that we are going to run this weekend. Um, I hope we helped you with the video last time for the qualification round, and you made it to the opening round. So let's go and see our tracks for this weekend. Three out of 8 tracks, there are high possibilities of raining. So we'll see there both races, dry and wet. Let's start because this would be an interesting event. I have seen Ricciardo being used by many players, so it gives a little. It's a little bit different again this week, like it happened last time with Tsunoda. Now it's and with Perez. Now it's with Ricciardo. It is boosted. Ricciardo is a factor in this event. So let's begin track number 1, and we are going to Belgium. And here we have 50% of rain, so we will see wet and dry races strategies. As I say a few times now, we are approaching this track with the speed. Our view is that we need a lot of speed here to make things happen, and let's see it, what we have for you, what we have decided. So our first driver, come on, our first driver, Eclipse and Eclipse or Hex, or 2 pit stops, 2-2-2, all with soft compound, and we are trying in the big in the big straight after the start of the race. We want, let's see it. As you can see, sector 1, the red sector, that is where we are going to use the speed Eclipse or Hex are giving us in order to overtake other drivers, and with the soft compound we can do it easily there. For our second driver, we will go 1 pit stop but with the hard compound. But even though we are using the hard compound, the strategy is fast and furious, as we say, because we are using Dead Fast or Gladiator or Lumberjack. I would go probably with Dead Fast or Lumberjack and then Gladiator, because I would prefer my boost to have a little bit of tire management in order to push a little bit more. Even with hard tires, you can easily do 3 laps in Belgium, but if you want to push, a little bit of tire management would be very useful. So that's why we are using Dead Fast, and as you can see, for those of you who haven't seen it, Lumberjack would be a great choice too, because of the tire management. If we don't use if we don't want to have tire management, then Gladiator, which is fast and it gives us fuel use, it's good, but we can also use Firework, which gives us acceleration, good overtaking, and top speed. So if we don't want to use something with tire management, Firework and Gladiator would be a good alternative. Excuse me for this, but I forgot for once again to put my phone on don't disturb. Sorry. So that's the approach for the dry race, and this is the approach whether you are in the middle of the pack or you are at the back of the pack. These two strategies, I think they are the best to follow. 222 with a soft compound is the quickest strategy you can choose in Belgium, and it's like an undercut when you are at the back. I would go 222 with the driver that is in the lowest position when you are at the back of the pack, and 3-3 the driver which is in the highest position. If it rains, it's the same approach. 2 pit stops, Hex Eclipse, 1 pit stop, Deadfast or Lumberjack, and alternatively Gladiator or Firework. Nothing more to say. The same strategy, the same things, even though it's a wet race. So that's it for our first track. And second track, Bahrain. As we said before, here there are two approaches. Either grip corners or acceleration, mostly acceleration, and then speed and overtaking. So that's why excuse me. Okay, here we are. So if you are in the middle of the pack, 2-3-3 soft compounds in all stints, 3-3-2 again all with soft compound for your first and second driver. Herald, Vice or Instinct, the best choices here. Okay, we could use Hex, but that's it. Herald, Vice and Instinct. We could use Hook also, but I would go with Herald and Vice and Instinct, the three best for me choices here. If you are now at the back of the pack, okay, so you can go the driver, you can use the undercut for the driver that is in the back, the lowest position, 2-3-3, this means 2-3-3, or with a soft compound, and again Herald, Vice or Instinct. And for your second driver, you can choose 4-4 with a medium compound, Nazar and Downforce, or for me, it's a better choice, 5-3, Eagle, Taurus or Frost. Eagle mostly for 5-3, but even better, you can choose 3-5, 3 with a soft compound and 5 with a medium compound, Taurus, the best choice, or Frost alternatively. So if you are at the back of the pack, you can go and use the undercut for both of your drivers. One driver 2-3-3 with Herald, Vice or Instinct, and the other driver 3-5 with Taurus. If I was beginning at the back of the pack, that would be my two choices. Alternatively, we can use 4-4 with Nazar or Downforce, but I think 2-3-3 and 3-3-2 if you are in the middle, and 2-3-3 and 3-5 if you are at the back of the pack are the best choices here for Bahrain. Okay. And track number 3, Japan. We can see the track and we can see that we have a hell lot of corners. Grip and corners are the most important thing here. Also tire management, because Japan consumes a lot of a lot of our tires, and well, a little bit of acceleration probably at the beginning of sector 1, the first sector, which is a straight that where at the end of it, not sometimes, we always try to overtake other drivers. So for Japan, where we have 47% of rain, that's why we're going to see both dry and wet conditions. Okay, 4-3 for your one driver, and Hook or Herald. This is the approach for where we choose the overtaking, where we choose the the acceleration. If you see Hook, the acceleration and overtaking. If we see Hook, you will see that we have 3 in acceleration and 5 in overtaking, and a quick pit stop. So, and Herald, which is next to it, 5 in acceleration, 1 in overtake, and some fuel use. This is our first choices. 4 laps with a hard compound and 3 with a medium compound, because we can't go 4 laps with a medium compound and push. Alternatively, if you, for this strategy, if you want to push a little bit more, then we can use Palm, which gives us a little bit of tire management and a lot of overtaking. And because the tire management is not so big, it's only 1, and we cannot push a lot, that's why block is useful here, because sometimes in some spots in the track, maybe we will go on the green. If you want to go with a medium compound in both stints, but not go on the green, and so not use Palm, we can use Eternal Flame, which gives us 2 in tire management, and it would be enough for 4 laps with the medium compound and push a little bit. And it gives us, here is a little bit of mixing the overtaking strategy and the grip and corner strategy. Well, here is mixed in Eternal Flame. So for your one driver, you can use, you can either go with acceleration, Hook and Herald, or overtaking with Palm, or overtaking and grip with Eternal Flame. For our first driver, if you are in the middle of the pack and P8, P7, somewhere like that, we can go with 2 pit stops, 2-2-3, soft compound in the stints with that are 2 laps, and medium for the stint with 3 laps. And then there we are going to use Wood. My first choice in a dry race would be Wood. Let's see it again. Did I? Yes, I... Come on, really? Okay, here we are. So, Wood, which gives us corners and grip, much needed here, and very quick pit times. So the 2 pit stops would be quick, and we won't lose a lot of time. Well, and in Japan the pit lane is small. We don't lose enough a lot of time, and with Wood we will minimize the loss of time. So wood or tune in, whether you go 2-2-3 or 3 with a medium compound and 4 with a hard compound, you can choose this strategy too. But if you are in the middle of the pack and somewhere between P6, P7, P8, when the two pit stop strategy is much quicker and better. Now, if you are at the back of the pack, then I would choose 4 laps with a medium compound, 3 laps with a medium compound, and Eternal Flame for the one driver, and for the driver that is at the highest position, and for the driver that is at the back of at the lowest position, 3-4 and wood again. No change in strategy here. Probably we would go like this. And the same thinking goes to a wet race, but we are mostly sticking in the grip and corners approach. 4-3 with tune in or char, and let's see why char and not dragon. Char because we have tire management, but we have 4 in corners, very useful in Japan. Corners are much needed in Japan. And for our second driver, as I say, Prince. Let's see why Prince. Okay, here it is. Because of corners again, it's a wet boost. Corners for our driver, and if you want to go in to use a different approach, to take a different approach and go for overtaking and speed. Overtaking, okay, speed, I don't know, it's not so much needed. You can use Hex. It's okay to use Hex. It's good to use Hex. You will have some good results, but I would prefer to go 4-3 with tune in and 3-4 with char, and alternatively, excuse me, Prince or Hex. Okay, that was Japan, track number 3. And track number 4, Singapore. Again, a track with so much need in grip and corners, but not tire consuming. It's the same like Japan in grip and corners. We don't need speed at all here, but it's not tire consuming. Here it is very reliability plays a lot of a big role here, because a car here wears down very easily. So let's see our approach here, and as you see, it's almost the same like in Japan, but without the tire management. So we're going with softer compounds, soft and medium, 3-4 and 4-3 for our drivers, Jin Kawai for our one driver, and Nazar and Skal for our second driver. We could easily use wood in a dry race if we want, but for me probably Kawai and Skal, and let's see Skal again, although I don't have enough and I want to win some. Please put some Skal in pit pass. So here we have 5 in corners, a little bit of fuel use, need it here. It's useful here in Singapore. And 2 in overtake. I think Skull is probably the best boost for Singapore, and then is Kawai, Jin, Nazar, Wood. Well, if it rains, and it will probably rain because there is an 83% possibility of raining in Singapore this weekend, then 3-4 with Tune In or Wood, and 4-3 with Char or Prince. First choice is Tune In for the one driver, Char for the second driver. Second choice is Wood and Prince. We've seen what are all these boosts are all about, and I think they are. You can understand how useful they can be in a track like this. So that's it for Singapore, and now we have 4 tracks with no rain, all dry races. So track number 5, Austria. It's like Bahrain. Let's take a look. Look this. This is Austria. Okay. Let's take a look at Bahrain. It's almost identical. Look at them. It's almost like they are identical tracks. Bahrain has a little bit more corners, but it's almost the same. Let's take a look. It's like being the same. So that's why we have almost the same approach. Not almost. We have the same approach in Austria too. Let's see. So 5-4 with a medium compound. Of course, Austria is with 9 laps, not 8. That's a big difference because it's a smaller track, and it's 9 laps. That's why we prefer to go 1 pit stop here and use the medium compound. Herald or Vice for the driver that will go 5-4, and the second driver 4-5, and because we are the second stint will go 5 laps, and we need a little bit of tire management. That's why we are choosing Downforce or Eagle or Nazar, and this is the approach of grip and corners for Austria. Alternatively, we can go 2 pit stops, all with soft compound, 3-3-3, and then we will choose Wood because we want to minimize the time in the pit lane. That's it for Austrian. Nothing new, but we have to see it again and remind to all of us how we are going to approach this track. And track number 6, Abu Dhabi. Again, a very fast track, a track that we need to go fast and furious. So that's why 2-3-3, 3-3-2 with the soft compound, dead fast, Eclipse, Firework, our best, come on here, our best choices. But okay, excuse me, for Austria, I didn't say what to do when you are at the back of the pack, but there you can let's go back. Excuse me, I forgot, and we have to go back. Okay, in Austria, if you are at the back of the pack, then I would say go 5-4 with Herald or Vice, with the driver that has the highest position, and for the driver that has the lowest position, try 3-3-3 with Wood. This would be something like an undercut, because if you are in a very low position, something like 18, 19, don't push in the first 3 laps. Just go with a soft compound without pushing and get into the pit stop. No one will pit in the third lap. Everyone will overtake you and you will probably get out 24th and with a gap between you and the 23rd. And that's how the undercut works. There you push for 3 laps. You are going to push a lot. The whole 3 laps you are going to push, and there is your choice, your chance to overtake many drivers and make your second pit stop, and then after you have gained, make a second quick pit stop and gain and keep a higher place than where you at the start of the race. That's my thinking for when you are at the back of the pack. So let's get back to Abu Dhabi, and as we said, 233, 332, dead fast eclipse firework. If you are in the middle of the pack, if you are at the back of the pack, again, the driver with the lowest position, 2, 3, 3, dead fast eclipse, firework, gladiator, lumberjack, hex, the undercut for sure there, and probably your second stint you will go 2 with a soft compound, not push. You don't need to push. Just go along with the other drivers. Your second stint, go 3 laps with a medium compound and full throttle. Press the red button and keep it this way for 3 laps. Just push as much as you can. And then on your last stint, 3 laps with a soft compound. Why? Because you would have you have spent it most of your fuel in the second stint, and now because you cannot push a lot the red button, we are choosing a fast compound, which is the soft compound. So we are going fast enough with the soft compound and pushing less, as much as our fuel allows us. That's why you will go, if you are at the back of the pack, 2 with a soft compound, 3 with a medium compound, full throttle, and then 3 with a soft compound again. And for your driver that is higher at the starting grid, 4-4 with a medium compound and Street Shark. The best choice here is Street Shark, because as you can see, Street Shark will give us tire use, and we need it in order to push, doing 4 laps with a medium compound. If you don't want to use, or if you can't use the medium compound because you don't have good tire management from your driver, then you will go with a hard compound and Street Shark, or maybe you can choose something else. Even if your driver has good tire management, you can go 4 laps with a hard compound and 4 laps with a hard compound, and use dead fast eclipse, firework, hex. So you will push more and you will have a faster boost, but you will have a less quicker compound in order to make 4 laps pushing so much. So that's it for Abu Dhabi, and next is Our seventh track is Monza, the boot. And here again, Fast and Furious is our approach as always, but not only. So let's see it. So 233 for your first driver, 332 for your second driver, Dead Fast, Eclipse, Firework, Gladiator, Hex. You know all that. What Fast and Furious means, you know. You should know by now, but the new, all of you guys that are new and girls that are new here in these videos, when we say Fast and Furious, we mean Dead Fast, Eclipse, Firework, Hex, Gladiator, Lumberjack. Okay, so if you're in the middle of the pack, 233, 332, with soft and medium compounds as you see it. If you are at the back of the pack, then your driver with the lowest position, 233, soft, medium, medium, Dead Fast or Eclipse or Firework, you are going for the undercut. And for your driver that is in the highest position, it is like Abu Dhabi, the same here, 4-4 with Street Shark. Butterfly is a very different choice, we will see why. With Street Shark, if you want to go fast and have tire management, whether you go with the medium or with the hard compound, if you go with a hard compound, you can use Dead Fast too, because, or Lumberjack, because it gives you a little bit of tire management and lots of speed. But if you don't have all these boosts and you need, you have to go 4-4, you can go with a medium compound 4-4. No, you can go with a hard compound better 4-4 and use Butterfly, so you have enough fuel and tire management to push. You can go with a medium compound here, but if you go with a hard compound, you will have the ability to push even more, and Butterfly gives you the fuel to push, so you can go with this. But this is an alternative if you don't have boosts that gives you speed. Okay, so alternatively, if you go 4-4, you can use Instinct too. 4-4 with a hard compound though. You can use Instinct or Hex, and let's see Instinct, because Instinct will give you, the hard compound is very easy to push and get 4 laps, but Instinct will give you the fuel management you need, the speed, and some overtaking, which is very useful here. So that's it for Monza 2, for both middle and back of the pack. And our last track is France, where is a, well, here mostly speed, overtaking, tire management of course, and acceleration, and less grip and corners. Let's see what we are going to use in France. So at the beginning, at the middle of the, in the middle of the pack, 233, soft, medium, medium. For your first driver, 332, medium, medium, soft. For your second driver, Hook, Instinct, Vice, Hex. Our choices for these two strategies. If you want to go with one pit stop and play the long game, as we say, then 4-4 with medium compound, Taurus Frost, You could overreach and go 5-3, 5 with a hard compound and 3 with a soft compound with Taurus or Frost, but we are overreaching in making it there. So that's it if you are in the middle of the pack. If you are at the back of the pack, the undercut for your driver that is at the back, the lowest position, 2-3-3, and I would probably go with, I could use Instinct here better than other, as we saw Instinct. Let's see it again. I would use Instinct because the first 2 laps, okay, we will cruise along the other cars. We will pit. We will go out probably 24th, and then with a medium compound, 3 laps, we are pushing as hell. We are pushing a lot. We are going 3 laps on full throttle, pushing the red button, and push the red button at the beginning of the stint, and you will uncheck the red button when you pit for your second pit stop. That's why Instinct is a good choice here, because we will need the the fuel management. Excuse me, but my mind. Okay, we will need the fuel management. That's why Instinct is probably better here, because we will want to push in the third stint too, and we'll need the fuel. If we don't use Instinct, we can use Hook, Vice, or Hex, and then we will be a little bit more moderate in pushing the red button. We will push a lot in the second stint, but we will leave a lot to have a lot of fuel in the third stint too. Okay, that's it for your driver with the lowest position if you are at the back of the pack, and for your driver with the highest position, 4-4 with Taurus or Frost would be an excellent choice. Alternatively, you can go with the hard compound, and if your drivers are not doesn't have if your drivers don't have good tire management, and again you can overreach and test 4 laps with a hard 5 laps with a hard compound and 3 with a soft, but if you can first test it in a duel to see if you can do it, if your drivers can manage such a strategy, and then use it. We did it. Yes, we have concluded for all of our races. So that's the plan for this weekend. As you can see, we have made some adjustments, as we always do, and we will keep doing this guide for both middle of the pack and if you start at the back of the pack, and eventually I'm going to add strategies for when you start at the front, at the top of the pack, but for now this is where you are at the top of the pack. It's easier, so that's why we left it we left it last. So I hope we helped. I hope we gave you some good ideas for your racing this weekend. I'm glad when you are giving feedback, and when you say that we have helped, and well, not all, but some of our strategies work for you too, and I hope that you come back. So subscribe to the channel, press the little bell so you get notified when we have a new video uploaded or when we are live streaming. And so today is Friday. Well, if you are seeing it on Friday, you can see it on Saturday or on Sunday too. But don't forget Saturday and Sunday our live streamings of opening and hopefully the final round. Thank you for watching. Have great results in this week's event and come back for our next video. Bye.